Thank you for joining me here this afternoon. The time is currently 2 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at a destructive storm currently rolling here through Michigan. Now, this storm is currently warned for some golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. Apparently, I don't have my severe thunderstorm alerts turned on. I'm not sure why that is, but there we go. Fix that glitch. But as you can see, once again, this storm is warned for golf ball-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. This is rolling through areas like Portland and Grand Ledge, mainly the area here along Interstate 96 in between Lansing and Grand Rapids. Okay, so again, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, and in an interior room. Again, this is for areas like Lake Odessa, Sunfield, Mulliken, Grand Ledge, Portland, Westphalia, Riley. Alright, this whole area here. Alright, this storm has had a report of some ping pong ball sized hail, and it also had a report of damage back closer to the Grand Rapids area out of Kent County, where we have some reports of damage out there, right? So again, we're going to have to look out for this storm here again as it heads southeastward towards Lansing. I do think that in about, a good half to maybe an hour, half hour to an hour, I think that Lansing is going to be under a severe thunderstorm warning. And if it has the same criteria as this storm, again, Lansing, you're going to need to seek shelter because this kind of storm is the one that you don't want to play around with. All right, if you're in a mobile home, make sure that you're getting out of there and finding a more substantial shelter. This is the impact section here of this severe thunderstorm warning. People and animals outdoors will be injured. You cannot be outdoors during this storm. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. So again, that is currently a very dangerous storm there. We also have another pretty dangerous storm out here in eastern Michigan. This one is warned for some quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, and even a possible tornado here to the north of Detroit. Now, this one is not really, quite as intense as our other one, obviously, but still something to look out for there. Make sure that you are getting indoors. We've also got ourselves a severe weather outbreak ongoing here in the Northeast, where we've got ourselves a storm that is currently producing damaging winds confirmed to be 60 to 65 miles per hour here across portions of Vermont. This is going to be heading towards Burlington here, so if you're in Burlington, make sure that you are getting indoors immediately, all right? And then we got some other scattered severe thunderstorms here all across New England, really. And that's not even all, guys. We're going to have another event start to unfold here over the next couple of hours out in the plains. All right, right now we got some severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado. These are going to be mainly for the threats right now of damaging winds and large hail, but as we go later into this evening, we're going to be watching for maybe one or two of these to turn tornadic, but more specifically up here into like Nebraska, all right, Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota. That's where our main tornado threat lies for today, all right? We do have a slight risk of severe weather in effect. That is a 2 out of 5 risk, so we definitely could see some severe thunderstorms try to get going here. They're talking about issuing a severe thunderstorm watch for this area between now and the next hour, so we're going to have to look out for that, as I definitely do think that that is going to come out. They've given it an 80% confidence measurement there, so definitely going to have to look out for that. But again, right now our main focus is going to be this storm here in Michigan. Again, this is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, very close to destructive, however. So we got to watch that, especially since it's heading towards a very populated portion of Michigan here, one of the more populated metros in the entire state. So yeah, thank you all who are just now tuning in. Hello, everybody. You think there's any chances in the next week or so for a massive severe weather outbreak or anything? No. Nope, not a massive one. They did it again. For some reason, my severe thunderstorm warnings keep disappearing. I don't know why that is, but there they are. Whoops, no, they're not even there still. I don't know why they keep doing that. Maybe I need to reload my Radar Omega. I'll go ahead and do that, but again, that's what we're dealing with today. If anybody has any questions about their specific location, feel free to leave those down below. Again, sorry about this, guys. I don't know why my severe thunderstorm warnings aren't working. There we go. Really odd stuff. Now, we are currently watching the remnants here of Tropical Storm Alberto as it impacts portions of central Mexico here. All right, currently, again, it's a tropical depression at this point, actually, but it's producing some 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts max, it looks like here, as it charges across portions of central Mexico, so that's definitely going to be enough to blow around some loose objects, and it's also going to produce some torrential rainfall that could lead to flash flooding in spots. We are still seeing the leftovers of yesterday's events unfold here across across parts of Texas and Louisiana, all this flooding out here. Currently, we have about 300 customers in Wharton County, Texas, without power after yesterday. Severe storms from Tropical Storm Alberto ripped through and caused some major problems. All right, and again, we have flood watches, flood warnings, all that kind of stuff, pretty much all across portions of the Western Gulf here. Okay, so obviously, it left some devastating impacts there for a lot of people, so that's pretty unfortunate. But luckily, I don't see anything like that unfolding in the near future. All right, we got some tropical activity to watch out for, but I doubt we're going to see anything like Alberto for a little bit here. Probably give it another month or so, actually, till we see anything like that in the United States, at least. So that's something. It's looking like this hurricane season, funnily enough, it was expected by pretty much all the major, hurricane season forecasting industries to be incredibly above average. In fact, it was expected to be historic, but it's looking like it could be quite the opposite. And all right, we have a tornado warning now. We have a tornado warning in Michigan. This is for a considerable storm. So again, this is 4 portions of southeastern Iona County, northeastern Berry County, southwestern Clinton County, and northwestern Eaton County. In south central and southwestern Michigan, you guys need to seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, and in an interior room. 3:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lake Odessa, or 11 miles southwest of Portland, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and golf ball-sized hail. Okay, so again, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter. This is a very dangerous storm here. And my severe thunderstorm warnings and the tornado warnings now are just disappearing. This is super annoying. I've never had this problem. I don't know what this is, but just gonna have to keep reloading my Radar Omega until it's fixed, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, there we go. So, again, we do have a tornado warning now, alright? For these areas here in Michigan, we're talking about areas like Sunfield out towards Grand Ledge. Again, this is for areas in between Lansing and Grand Rapids along Interstate 96 here. Okay, this is a tornado warning once again. This is our area of rotation that we're watching right now near West Sabewa, however you pronounce that. And it's going to be moving southeast here. Again, it's going to be near Lake Odessa, Woodbury, Sunfield, Sabua Corners, Mulliken, Hoytville, all these areas here over the next several minutes. So, again, if you're in this region, you need to seek shelter immediately. This is a very unexpected warning here, but here we go. Thing has a hook. Yeah, it definitely does have a hook echo associated with it here. If we look, it is a very classic supercell here with a very defined area of inflow, a good hook echo. Again, this looks to be in a relatively healthy environment, too, for tornadic production here. So we got to watch this over the next several minutes. Again, as it heads southeastward here, right now it's close to the Highway 66 area here near West Sabella. And again, it's going to keep heading southeast here. It's going to cross over Highway 66. In fact, it looks like it's doing that as we speak. It's going to go near Sabella Corners. Again, Sunfield, Mulliken, Hoytville. Those are some of the areas we're worried about. And you need to be seeking shelter over there. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Vermont. For our Burlington storm. So this does include Burlington southward. Towards Starksboro, Charlotte. Portions of the Interstate 87 and 89 corridors here. So if you're in this area, again, make sure you're getting indoors. We're expecting some 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and penny-sized hail to be associated with that storm. And again, this is confirmed, too, because we have a report of a 61-mile-per-hour gust out of this storm about 40 minutes ago. And if anything, this storm looks more intense now. It does not look any weaker to me than whenever that gust got measured. So, again, you need to be taking that seriously, for sure. So again, here's the main area of concern right now. Again, this is in central and southern Michigan that we're watching. This does not include downtown Lansing. This also does not include downtown Grand Rapids, but it does include the areas in between there, again, along the Interstate 96 corridor southward. in the Grand Ledge area, right? Grand Ledge is probably the biggest city that we have included in this, the biggest town that we have included in this anyway. Grand Ledge is a suburb of Lansing here, so again, some of the far western suburbs of Lansing are just barely beginning to get clipped by this tornado warning here. So we'll have to look out for that, obviously. And again, it's got a hook echo, and this is also producing some very large hail and damaging to destructive wind gusts. So, again, you need to seek shelter if you're in this area. You already should have been because of that considerable severe warning, but now with the tornado warning, you definitely need to. So again, this is going to be heading southeastward. That's your area of rotation, crossing Highway... actually, probably now it's crossed Highway 66. It's probably getting pretty close to Sunfield and Mulliken right now, as well as Sabua Corners. Hoytville, Shaytown. These areas here again. I do think that eventually this is going to go close to the southwest side here of Lansing, areas like Diamonddale. Again, it's really going to ride Interstate 96 here for quite a while, or parallel it at least. Getting to the south of it here. Again, some of the areas of immediate concern include Sunfield and Sabua Corners. Again, you guys need to make sure that you're getting your tornado safe spot right now, as this is getting very close to you. So, yeah. But that's what we're dealing with right now. Again, this is looking pretty concerning here. And it continues to look that way. You can see the rear flank downdrafts. We can see that inflow poking into the storm. It's got itself a nice little hook echo. And again, now your rotation is located in here off to the east of Highway 66, northwest of Sunfield. It is in between West Sabua and Woodbury, very close to Woodbury. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Franklin County, Massachusetts, for the threats of quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This does include Northfield, so if you're in Northfield, make sure you're getting inside. Same thing with the orange area there. That's for portions of northeastern Franklin County there in northwest Massachusetts. So our tornado warning here, by the way, does include the far southern portions of Portland here, alright? Downtown Portland is not included in it. But we do have areas along Grand River here, again, included in this tornado warning. Again, if you are in Portland, on the south side of town, we're going to go ahead and ask you guys to shelter as a safety precaution here. We doubt that the storm's going to really even go towards your area. In fact, you may not even get too much rain from this. You're going to get some rain, but it's not going to be anything crazy. But as a precautionary measure, just in case this little hook echo here curves to the north, we need the south side of Portland to take shelter. Because really, you know, again, you're not going to get hit by the storm really hardly at all, but the worst of it is only about 10 miles away from you. And again, 10 miles away, that's where our storm is tornadic. And again, it could actively be producing a tornado here, approaching Sunfield and Sabua Corners. A lot of these Michigan events recently have been way overperformers. So at this point, if you're in Lake Odessa, Woodland, Woodbury, West Sabua, you're good. This has passed you, but now we're concerned about areas like Sunfield, Sabua Corners, Mulliken, Hoytville. Again, we're asking all these little communities out here along Highway 43 and near Highway 43 to seek shelter immediately. Again, eventually this is going to be approaching Grand Ledge and even, you know, downtown Lansing, or at least on the southwest side of the metro. So we'll have to look out for that. You know what the heck? Let's just go ahead and quad box here. So, again, if we have a tornado, it'll be located right in there. Now, we can't really confirm anything on the correlation coefficient that there is a current tornado on the ground here. So that's a good sign, but again, it may just be because this is going through an incredibly rural area, and there's not really much for it to pick up out here. I will say, though, on the newest reflectivity scan, the storm looks a little less organized, a little bit less of a hook echo. The rear flank downdraft isn't as noticeable. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Macomb, Wayne, and Oakland counties, though, here in Michigan. It's for the north side of Detroit. Again, downtown Detroit's not included in that, but areas to the north of it are. We're going to bring up this cyclone port here from Detroit. To the northeast of Detroit. It is included there in that new severe thunderstorm warning. But again, our main focus right now needs to be on our tornado warning for the Sunfield area. And again, this storm is continuing to rotate here very minimally. But yeah, I was not expecting a tornado warning in Michigan either today. But here we are. And we're watching for a likely watch issuance here across portions of the plains over the next 40 minutes or so. There's an 80% chance that we see a severe thunderstorm watch for this area here between now and then. Again, then being the next 40 minutes or 45 minutes or so. So we'll continue to watch that. We already have some convection exploding here in southeastern Wyoming. So if you're here in southeast Wyoming, you may already even have a couple of little hailstorms out there, and maybe also some gusty winds associated with those. And those are going to continue to head eastward here and cause problems for Nebraska in particular. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for Chittenden, Essex, that's not the new one. The new one is for York and Cumberland counties in Maine. So, yeah, that's for north central York and west central Cumberland County, Maine. If you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors. Got some quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts with the storm here. Again, we've also got another storm kind of ahead of it here in the Windham area to look out for. So again, here's your rotation now. Northwest of Sunfield, west of Sabua Corners. Again, it's going to be heading for Mulliken over the next several minutes here. Again, we're talking about areas to the south of Portland at this point. Mainly in Clinton County here. But this warning is in effect for portions of Iona and Berry counties, but at this point, those areas are not the concern. We're mainly concerned about areas like Clinton and Eaton counties in south central Michigan. So again, if you are to the west of Highway 66 at this point, you're good. But again, now we're concerned about areas like Sabua Corners and Sunfield as this tornadic thunderstorm approaches and continues to rotate here just as impressively as it did whenever the warning got issued. But yeah, I mean, we just have countless severe thunderstorm warnings up here in New England right now. We got some in Massachusetts, some in Connecticut even. It looks like this little one clips Connecticut here anyway. We got some for, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Actually, New Hampshire doesn't have any right now, but you will in the next couple of hours. Maine even has some severe warnings. So we got ourselves a New England severe weather outbreak today, and again, we got another one here in Michigan. More unexpected one, but a more potent one, I would say. So. So again, at this point, we're mainly just watching portions of northwestern Eaton and southwestern Clinton counties here for this tornadic thunderstorm as it rolls through south central Michigan. Again, this is going to be approaching Lansing eventually. Now, will it still be tornadic by then? It's a possibility. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't think it personally will be, but there's a chance. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect, though, for Cortland and Chenango counties, New York, for a storm that was originally special weather statement warned, but now McDonough, Cincinnati, Pharsalia, Pitcher, Taylor, Preston, you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts, so if you're in that area, make sure that you're getting indoors there, for sure. So we got a pretty decent hail core with that storm there. If we take a look at our vertically integrated liquid signatures, we can see we've definitely got it maxing out even. So areas in Taylor and the north side of Cincinnati probably just got one heck of a hailstorm there. Again, potentially up to quarter-sized hail, but there may be quite a bit of it in there is kind of what I'm saying. It's not just one or two hailstones reaching quarter size, but there could be a lot. So... quick thoughts on if this will all make it north of Pittsburgh. Your parents just moved there. So Pittsburgh right now, actually, to the north is just fine. But if we go ahead here and take a look at the HRRR areas to the north of Pittsburgh, do have a marginal risk of severe weather. Now, that is a 1 out of 5 risk on the scale. Now, something to know, that's not a 0 out of 5, but it's a very low chance that we see severe weather north of Pittsburgh, but it is a possibility. This is what things are going to be looking at about 4 p.m. here Eastern. I know it says 3 p.m., but that's in Central Time. But yeah, I mean 4 p.m. Eastern, mainly going to be some showers and weak thunderstorms rolling through the Pittsburgh area. And then as we go later into this evening, 5, 6, 7 p.m., that kind of same activity is going to continue with maybe a stronger cell here near the Cranberry Township area around 8 p.m. But outside of that, things are looking a-okay for the north side of Pittsburgh at this point. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now for portions of Macomb. No, that's not even the new one. Where is our new severe thunderstorm warning? Oh, that's in Arizona. Wow. So we've got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning for Denhatso, Arizona. The National Weather Service and Flagstaff has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Apache County. Yeah, no problem. But Apache County and Navajo County is there, so make sure that you are getting indoors. And now we have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of Massachusetts here. Going to be in effect for the next hour for the Greenfield area. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Make sure they're getting make sure that you're getting indoors there. No, there's not a tornado east of Grand Rapids. There's a tornado warning east of Grand Rapids, but there's not actually a tornado. At this point, our rotation would be located here to the north of Sunfield. Got ourselves a little storm here northeast of Davenport. I know we have some viewers from the Davenport area, so that's why I'm just trying to relay as much as possible, but we do have a strong thunderstorm that could be producing hail up to half-inch size here, near Comanche, heading towards Newton Corners and Garden Plain. Again, that's along the Iowa-Illinois state line there, northeast of Davenport. So again, I mean, there's your hook echo there. Again, now going to be to the north of Sunfield is where our tornadic circulation is. Again, where a possible tornado is. Be located right in there. And again, this is going to keep heading southeast here. At this point, though, the storm looks, I mean, really disorganized. At this point, we're probably going to see them cancel the tornado warning here. They already did condense it, but they're probably just going to cancel it entirely soon. But yeah, areas like Lake Odessa, you're no longer included in this tornado warning. Same thing with areas like Woodbury, you're good. Woodland, you're good. But yeah, again, we're talking about areas really to the south of Portland. Areas like Grand Ledge over the next several minutes could be in the path of this. And again, eventually Lansing as a whole. Now again, I think by the time these storms actually reach Lansing, they're probably just going to be some strong thunderstorms capable of producing some heavy rain and lightning, maybe a little bit of gusty wind activity, maybe a little bit of hail. But I definitely don't think they're going to be a tornadic by the time they reach there. Just join what's going on. We got ourselves a tornado warning here in south central Michigan. That's what's going on. So again, for anybody just not tuning in, we are covering a tornado warning here in between Lansing and Grand Rapids, Michigan. I really thought whenever I started this stream, the main focus was going to be out here in the plains, which, by the way, we did just get that severe thunderstorm watch out. That's brand new as of 7 minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and bring the details for that up on your screen here. Again, that is a brand new severe thunderstorm watch. We've been talking about it, and they did finally issue that. So that's a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of southeastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, northwestern Nebraska, southwestern South Dakota, and northeastern Colorado. All right, the threat with tornadoes with this is low. The threat for strong tornadoes with this is very low. The threat for damaging winds with this is moderate. The threat for destructive winds with this is moderate. The threat for large hail with this is moderate, and the threat for very large hail with this is moderate. Now, the primary threats include scattered damaging winds and isolated significant gusts to 75 miles per hour possible, scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to tennis ball size possible, and a tornado or two possible. So that's a severe thunderstorm watch for, again, parts of the plains and even back into the Rockies. How many tornado warnings did we have today so far? Yeah, I think it's just been the one. What's up, Roman? But yeah, I think it's just the one tornado warning that we've had so far. Again, was not expecting this at all. And again, that storm's going to continue to head southeast into the Lansing area over the next several minutes. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for Waldo, Kennebec, Penobscot, Franklin, and Somerset counties, Maine here, for our storm north of Augusta, or for actually a cluster of storms here north of Augusta, producing some damaging winds and maybe a little bit of hail in there even. So if you're in Waterville, Fairfield, Skowhegan, Pittsfield, Madison, make sure that you're getting indoors there, and you'll be all good. And 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail are the main threats with those storms there. Again, in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, we do have a live look from Detroit at a severe thunderstorm rolling in. Look at the cloud cover approaching. And that's your storm there. It's looking off to the west at this massive, I don't know if I'd call it a supercell, but massive storm cell here. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we've been live for about half an hour now covering this tornado warning here in south central Michigan. This is in effect currently for portions of southeastern Ionia, southwestern Clinton, and northwestern Eaton counties in south central Michigan. Again, this is for the Grand Ledge area. It does include the south side of Portland, the far southern bits of Portland there. This includes Mulligan, Hoytville, Sabua Corners, Sunfield, Eagle, Frost Corners, that whole area there. Is there any significant or tight rotation with this tornado warning storm yet? Not really. It really was never rotating super impressively. I think it was just barely enough there to warrant the National Weather Service issuing a tornado warning for this storm here. But at this point, it's very disorganized. If we do have any rotation left with this storm here, it would be off to the east of Sunfield, in between Sunfield and Sabua Corners, heading for Mulligan. Yeah, I did have a nasty hook at one point, but at this point, even that's gone. But again, we were concerned about this producing a tornado, potentially because of that hook echo there. We can see that, and that's why the National Weather Service, I think, went ahead and issued that warning, was because they were expecting the rotation to quickly increase, and they just wanted to get the warning out ahead of time. But unfortunately, that did not, well, actually, I should say fortunately that did not happen, but unfortunately for the NWS, because they messed up on that play. And now we have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Not too sure where that one's at. Oh, it's in Arizona again. So, we've got ourselves a new severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for portions of Apache County here in Arizona. So this is interesting. Why does it say Mountain Standard Time? Would it not be Mountain Daylight Time? Really confused about that. And by the way, guys, in 18 minutes is the official beginning of summer 2024. It's when the summer solstice starts. So again, if we have any rotation at all at this point, which we probably don't, but honestly, maybe on one of our new storms here, near Highway 43, near Mulligan and Hoytville, looks like our storm may have done a little handoff, but that could also just be rotation. Yeah, in fact, I almost bet money that it's just contamination. We do have a report of ongoing flooding out of Cedar Springs. As of 28 minutes ago, ponding of water observed during torrential rain there, and unfortunately the rain is continuing to stack on, so we may even see like a flood warning come out for that area, or maybe like a flash flood warning even. This is weird. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for nowhere. What the heck happened? The counties aren't listed. I don't even... Is that the Arizona one? Yeah. So weird. I've got like a really weird theory here. I think the National Weather Service in Flagstaff has not had to operate for so long that they may have forgotten to change their thing from Mountain Standard Time to Mountain Daylight Time. Because I cannot tell you the last time we had a severe warning in NWS Flagstaff zone. But we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning along the Utah-Colorado state line here for 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and half dollar-sized hail. See, look, Mountain Daylight Time, but whenever you go down here, it's Mountain Standard Time. Anybody know why? So again, if you're just not tuning in, we do have a tornado warning in effect. 4 portions of south central Michigan. Areas like Mulliken, and now it has been removed. So I think what we're going to do here, everybody, is since we don't have any ongoing tornado warnings or destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, is we're going to end off our live coverage and come back later for the Great Plains event. Out here, again, mainly in Nebraska. Again, Storm Chaser Vince Welty is out there today. He's positioned himself south of Kimball, Nebraska. So anyway, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this live severe weather coverage. It has been very eventful, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.